Under the gentle midday sun, in a small, peaceful house, lived a special member named Lily. That day, while her dad was out working in the garden, Lily was resting leisurely in a striped hammock, her eyes half closed as she enjoyed the silence. But soon, her little stomach began to rumble, signaling that hunger was approaching. Unwilling to wait, Lily decided to prepare a meal for herself. Her first target was the familiar yellow refrigerator. But alas, it was completely empty. There were none of the snacks she had hoped for. A fleeting sense of disappointment passed, and Lily closed the refrigerator door, her eyes scanning the kitchen. Her gaze suddenly stopped on the high-hanging kitchen cabinet, and that became her new target. She scrambled onto the kitchen counter to reach the cabinet door. When she opened it, her eyes lit up as she saw a packet of instant noodles, a quick and tempting meal. Taking out the packet, Lily began the process of cooking. The packet seemed tougher than she thought. After fumbling to tear it with her hands, Lily used her small teeth to bite it open. And finally succeeded. She carefully poured the golden noodle cake into a small pot. Next, Lily ran to the water dispenser, filled a yellow cup, and ceremoniously poured it into the pot. She placed the lid on top. The preparation was complete. While waiting for the noodles to boil, a familiar sound rang out from the bedroom. The chime of the phone. Curious, Lily ran in. Hopped onto the bed and picked up the device.
Great job!
The screen lit up with colorful videos, drawing Lily into another world. The little monkey became engrossed in watching, her eyes glued to the screen, and in the allure of technology, she completely forgot about the pot of noodles simmering on the stove. Just then, Lily's dad returned, tired from his work in the garden. As he stepped into the house, an unpleasant burnt smell hit him. Sensing something was wrong, he rushed into the kitchen. Before him was a dreadful sight. Lily's pot of noodles was burnt black, and smoke was billowing out. If he had come home just a little later, a fire might have started. He quickly turned off the stove, moved the burnt pot out of the danger zone, and then went to find Lily.
Ly ơi! Ly ơi!
Hả? Dad!
Ly ơi!
Dad!
He found the little monkey still sitting on the bed, her eyes glued to the phone screen, completely unaware of the disaster that had almost happened in the kitchen. Quietly, he approached, gently took the phone from Lily's hand and put it away. Then he took her small hand and led her to the kitchen. Before Lily's eyes was the consequence of her own forgetfulness. The blackened pot and the burnt smell still lingering in the air. Her dad pointed at it, his face not angry, but stern, his eyes looking at Lily, as if to warn her to be more careful next time. It was
Có thấy
only
chưa?
then that Lily became truly flustered and
Phải để ý vào
scared.
chứ.
She looked
Mình
at the
nấu ăn
pot,
mình phải để ý vào,
then at her
không cháy
dad,
nhà luôn đấy.
and realized her serious
May là đồ ăn cháy
mistake.
thôi chứ ba phát hiện
He
sớm
knew
không
the
là chết
little
rồi.
monkey
Thấy
didn't
không?
mean it, and that she had learned her
Lên, lên,
lesson.
lên. Phải cẩn thận đấy chưa? Phải cẩn thận nhá.
After cleaning up the battlefield and being tired from working under the sun, he decided to go to the room for a short nap. Remorse washed over her. Her small shoulders began to shake, and the little monkey burst into quiet sobs. Watching her dad quietly go to his room to rest, Lily felt incredibly guilty. She thought he must be very angry with her.
Dad.
An idea flashed in the little monkey's mind. She had to do something to make up for it. Lily ran outside for a moment and returned with a fragrant bag of popcorn. She tiptoed into the room, placed it on the bed,
Sao Ly?
and gently nudged her dad's hand. Her dad
Ba đâu có
opened
giận
his
Ly đâu mà mang
eyes.
cái này cho ba.
The
Hả?
first thing he saw was the
Cái này
bag
tí
of
đâu ra đấy.
popcorn,
Đúng
and
rồi.
Lily's worried eyes
Ồ.
watching him. Understanding everything, he smiled kindly and explained to Lily that he wasn't angry at all, just tired from working and needed a little
Nghỉ
rest.
hơn nhé Ly nhé. Đây xem nào. Ồ, bắp ngon quá ha. Ở đâu đây? Đấy, mua về hả? Đấy, mua về hả? Đây đi ăn nhé. Đi ra ngoài đi ăn đi. Chứ ăn đây nó bẩn giường ấy. Ha. Đi.
To affirm his words and ease Lily's guilt, he opened his arms and lifted the little monkey up, and together they went to the living room.
Ngoan ha. Đây, còn ngồi đây bà lại cho Ly ăn nhé. Đi ngồi đây nhé. Đây bà lại cho Ly ăn nào. Nào. Đấy, trời ơi, sao đó mà. Ha.
Now, in the open space, they opened the bag of popcorn.
Bắt tầng bơ nhé. Cái mỏi, cái mỏi thèm ăn kìa. Đây, đây.
He took a piece, and Lily took one too. Just like that, the two sat together, sharing every crispy piece of popcorn.
Bắt thử ha. Ngon nhỉ? Ngon quá ha. Cả nha.
The burnt noodle incident seemed to be left behind, with only love, understanding, and forgiveness remaining in the small house.
Ồ, ngon thế ha. Trời ơi, ngon quá hả? Làm tươi nhé. Làm tươi nhé.
After their energy was replenished, her dad put his work shirt back on to continue the unfinished tasks in the field. Lily saw him off at the door, a nagging worry still in her heart. She was afraid her dad would get hungry again while working. Without hesitation, Lily ran to the kitchen, opened the refrigerator, and took out a few sweet cakes. She carefully placed them in a small bamboo basket. not forgetting to put on a cute straw hat to shield herself from the sun, and eagerly set off to bring the food to her dad. The dirt path to the field was winding, flanked by green trees. After a short walk, Lily's eyes were drawn to a rambutan tree by the roadside, with clusters of ripe, red fruit dangling invitingly. Unable to resist the sweet temptation, Lily decided to take a short break. She placed the basket of cakes at the base of the tree, nimbly climbed up, chose a sturdy branch to sit on, and began to enjoy the delicious rambutans. The sweet taste of the fruit delighted Lily, making her temporarily forget her mission. While engrossed in eating, Lily suddenly heard a rustling sound at the base of the tree. She looked down and froze. A small puppy was sticking its nose into her basket, trying to rummage through and sneak the cakes she intended to bring to her dad. Not daring to delay any longer, she picked up the basket and scurried as fast as she could toward the field where her dad was working. Luckily, everything was still intact. When she arrived, she saw the familiar figure of her dad diligently hoeing the soil and called out to him. Her dad turned around, surprised and delighted to see his little daughter bringing food all the way out to him.
Dad.
À, mang đây cho con ba nào, mang đây. Trời, đây ngồi đây xem nào. Rồi mang đi cho ba đây. Con ngồi đây. Cho ba cho con đấy. Này cho ba cho con đây.
Lily proudly presented the basket of cakes to her dad. He accepted it, patting Lily's head affectionately before sitting down to enjoy them.
Đây cho ba bóc ra. Đây ha, đây nè. Mình bóc ở đây ha. Đó, thấy chưa?
Seeing her dad's tired figure and his back drenched in sweat after a hard day's work, Lily decided to give him her entire share of the cakes. She didn't eat, but simply sat beside him, happily watching her dad eat with relish, because her joy came from being able to care for the dad she loved so much.
Con biết ở đây mà tìm này. Biết đây mà tìm. À, bữa ba dắt Ly đi rồi đúng không? Hả? Ăn rồi hả? Ăn xong đi về nhé. Ngon lắm nhỉ? Không phải phát gì. Không cần hả? Không hả? Không hả? Thôi được rồi, ba chờ mày đi về nhé. Bé đi về nhé. Nhé. Rồi, bánh nha. Sao ba đói là mang bánh cho ba hả? Giỏi quá hả?
Having completed her mission perfectly, the two of them returned home together as the evening shadows lengthened. When they got back to the garden behind the house, the work was not yet over. Today was the day to harvest Thai eggplants. Lily proved to be an excellent helper. She wore a small bamboo basket on her back and followed her dad. Before starting the work, her dad lovingly bent down, carefully selected, and picked the plumpest first of the season Thai eggplant and gave it to Lily.
Đi qua đây.
It was a way for the little monkey to taste the first sweet fruit of their shared labor.
Oh.
Ly đừng nói bà bỏ nha. Giỏi lắm. Nè, cho con thử một quả này. Ngon lắm á. Cái này vàng mình bỏ đi nhé.
After taking a delicious bite, she began mimicking her dad's movements, carefully picking each plump purple eggplant and placing it in her basket.
Rồi đi qua đây Ly ơi.
Dad.
Rồi được rồi ha. Rồi đi nào Ly ơi.
Before long, the small basket was filled with the fruits of her labor.
Đi nào, đi. Qua đây con. Nào để bà giúp Ly nào. Ui trời. Đây, một tay đi con. Đúng rồi nào. Đó, rồi ngồi ghế đi con. Đây, để đây ha.
When they had filled a large basket, her dad said he needed to go inside to get a few more things.
Bye-bye.
While waiting, Lily looked at the full basket and had the idea to help her dad move it into the shade. However, the basket was too heavy for her. While struggling with it, Lily accidentally tipped it over, and all the freshly harvested eggplants tumbled and scattered all over the ground. Lily was horrified. She was afraid that this time her dad couldn't possibly not be angry. She quickly used both hands, clumsily picking up each eggplant and putting it back in the basket.
Ly ơi, ba cái đem nho cho Ly nè.
Just then, her dad came out of the house and witnessed the whole scene. Lily hung her head, bracing for a scolding. But no, her dad just walked over quietly, sat down beside her, and without saying a word, began to help Lily pick up the remaining eggplants. His actions spoke louder than 1,000 words. It showed Lily that mistakes can happen, and the important thing is to fix them together.
Giỏi lắm, cảm ơn Ly nha.
After they had cleaned up, the two decided to make pickled eggplants. Her dad held the knife and sliced the eggplants, while Lily sat beside him, watching intently and helping to gather the sliced pieces.
Đúng rồi. Đi bỏ cho ba đi.
Then, her dad asked Lily to go inside and get the jar of salt.
Đi vào lấy muối giúp ba nhé. Đi này, muối này con. Rồi bà. Bà đi vô lấy muối đi con. Đi đi.
Oh.
The little monkey quickly ran and brought it out.
Ra rồi hả? Rồi, giỏi quá, cảm ơn Ly nhé. Nào, đưa cái muỗng cho ba nào. Nắng quá ha. Đây. Đổ ngập nước này. Đừng ngâm muối này ha. Khát nước không? Nhìn biết uống là biết khát nước này nhỉ? Rồi bà ngâm muối xong là ba lấy trái cây cho Ly ăn nhá. Đổ muối mình ngâm nhé. Ngâm ha, xong mình đậy lại nhé.
To reward Lily for her hard work and good behavior throughout the long day, her dad took out a bunch of fresh grapes.
Cái nho này nó hơi chát tí nhé Ly nhá. Ăn thử xem ăn được không ha. Đây, cho con này.
Lily accepted them happily and took a bite. The grapes were a little sour, making her squint slightly, but it was immediately followed by a wave of pure sweetness. She ate them with delight.
Sao con? Ăn được không? Đau quá. Đi rồi ăn lấy Ly. Ngon quá ha. Ăn đi tí ta cho thêm chuối nhé. Chát đó mọi người ạ. Nho chát quá. Để bà lấy chuối cho Ly nhé.
Seeing this, her dad peeled and gave her a ripe yellow banana as well.
Yummy.
Đúng rồi. Ngon quá ha.
The day ended in peace. Lily had learned many things about being careful, about responsibility, and most importantly, about the boundless love and forgiveness of her dad. Despite the mistakes and unexpected mishaps, what remained in the end were the moments of sharing the fruits of their labor, as sweet as the taste of a banana and as memorable as the sweet and sour taste of the grapes. That morning was truly peaceful. In the small house, the little monkey named Lily was lounging on the yellow beanbag chair, her eyes glued to the TV screen. Her dad, dressed in a simple gray outfit, walked over gently, his warm hand stroking his little daughter's head. He spoke to Lily with affectionate words, and she responded with a look of complete trust. A little later, he stood up, walked to a cabinet, and took down his helmet. It was time for him to go out. Lily understood immediately. As her dad's silhouette appeared at the doorway, a small figure trotted right after him. Lily stood behind her dad, her round eyes looking up, filled with a sky of hope. "Dad, can I come with you?" Seeing his daughter's eager face, her dad couldn't bear to refuse. "Of course, my little princess. Go inside and get your helmet." But at that exact moment, the phone in her dad's pocket rang.
Hello.
While still on the phone, her dad unconsciously wheeled the motorbike out into the yard, his mind completely absorbed in the conversation.
Dad.
After a bit of fumbling, Lily finally managed to get the helmet on securely. Filled with excitement, she ran out into the yard, ready for a fun trip. But the yard was empty. The motorbike was gone. Dad was no longer there. The smile on Lily's face vanished. She stood frozen, looking around in confusion. Where was Dad? Where had he gone without her? Elsewhere, after finishing his call, her dad was startled by the unusual silence. "Oh no, I forgot Lily," he cried out in his mind.
Ly ở nhà lúc nào trời? Thôi hay đi mua đồ cho Ly ăn sao ha?
Meanwhile, back at home, Lily's little heart had sunk into disappointment. She shuffled to the gate, her sad eyes staring out at the empty road and leaned her head against the bars, waiting in vain. Finally, when she knew for sure that her dad wasn't coming back, Lily trudged back into the house. She climbed onto a table and gently took off her helmet, setting it down as if laying to rest a broken promise. She then went into the bedroom, found a quiet corner, and curled up, sadness enveloping her small frame. At the same time, her dad, though feeling terribly guilty, had to continue to the market because his errand was urgent. After a while, feeling too suffocated inside the house, Lily went out to the garden and sat alone under a tree, her gaze distant. When her dad returned, he rushed into the house and went straight to the bedroom to search for her. "Lily, where are you?" He called out, his voice filled with worry.
Đâu trời? Lily!
Not seeing his daughter, he hurried out to the garden, continuing to call her name. Hearing her dad, Lily, who was now sitting on the fence, was startled. A feeling of being hurt rose up inside her. She slid down and hid behind a bush. Lily didn't want to face the dad who had forgotten her.
Lily! Trời, đâu rồi? Chắc là giận mình thì sao nhỉ? Lily ơi!
From within the bushes, she watched him silently. She saw how agitated her dad was, running back and forth, even checking inside the storage shed. Seeing the worry and regret so clearly on his face, the resentment in Lily's heart began to melt away. After a few minutes of desperate searching, her dad finally spotted his daughter hiding behind the bush. He said nothing, but rushed over and swept Lily into his arms. He held her tightly, kissing her forehead and cheeks, his hand continuously patting her little back. Those actions were a substitute for 1,000 apologies, begging her to forgive his mistake. Feeling her dad's love and remorse, Lily nuzzled her head against his chest. She had forgiven him. The two of them walked back into the house together, the heavy atmosphere completely gone. "To make it up to my little princess," he said in a playful tone, "I have a surprise for you." He placed Lily neatly on a chair, and then, like a magician, he pulled a tiny, shiny black object from his pocket. It was a pair of miniature sunglasses. Lily curiously watched her dad carefully put the glasses on for her. The world around her became a little darker, but infinitely cooler. But the surprise wasn't over. Her dad then brought out a brand new bright yellow helmet, replacing the blue one from the broken promise. The new helmet fit perfectly. Now, with her black sunglasses and yellow helmet, Lily looked like a real cool biker.
Lily chào. Chào mọi người nhé. Chào, xin chào. Xin chào. Thôi đi ha, đi.
All right, Racer Lily, let's hit the road.
Đi đi.
This time, the promise was kept. The dad and daughter, in their cool outfits, got on the motorbike together. The engine roared to life, starting a real journey. Lily sat in front, held securely within her dad's safe embrace. The wind gently rustled her soft fur. She delightedly watched the countryside scenery stream by, lush green rice fields, rows of trees that ran backward, and the white clouds drifting lazily across the sky. The motorbike stopped in front of a small roadside cafe with colorful plastic chairs. Her dad gently lifted Lily down, carefully took off her helmet and glasses, and chose a table with the best view.
Đi gọi uống gì kêu nha. Cô ơi, cho con menu cô.
He ordered a platter of mixed fruit and a glass of warm milk. Lily sat on the chair, her little legs dangling, curiously taking in everything.
Đẹp ha. Ngồi im đó. Ngồi im chờ tí ha. Đấy, chờ tí bà mang ra ha.
Before long, a plate of fresh, colorful fruit was brought out. Her dad carefully used a fork to spear a piece of apple and fed it to Lily. The apple was crisp and sweet. She happily accepted, her cute little mouth munching with delight, her eyes crinkling with joy.
Xong sữa nhá. Được chưa?
Just like that, he patiently fed her piece by piece, chatting with her as he did. After the fruit,
Đi ra đi chơi. Nào. Đúng rồi. Ngon ha. Sao? Đây này, cầm miếng đây này, anh em cầm miếng đây này. Đi ngồi yên chờ tí nào. Cô bỏ đi, sao bỏ? Làm sao? Nóng đấy.
Nóng này em.
Nóng đấy. Đây này. Cô. Này, nóng đấy, thấy chưa?
he gently stirred her milk, carefully tasting it himself to make sure it was cool enough before giving it to her to drink.
Nóng ấy. Nè. Rồi, cho bạn đi ha. Yeah.
Lily held the glass and took a long drink, leaving an adorable little white mustache on her lip.
quá ha. Đã quá ha. Đã quá ha. Được không? Hôm nay Ly khỏe mọi người ạ. Bây giờ Ly uống xong mình cho Ly đi chơi nhá. Chào đi chơi ha. Đi dạo nhá. Được không? Đã quá ha. Cầm đây này. Sâu đúng rồi.
The two of them enjoyed their light meal together, watching the people pass by in a perfectly joyful and peaceful atmosphere.
Hết luôn. Cố lên nào, hết luôn. Rồi, hết rồi. Chà. Chà.
After Lily was full, her dad even took a napkin, meticulously wiped the trace of milk from her lip, and carefully cleaned each of her little fingers.
Ăn táo không? Không ăn nữa hả? Không ăn bỏ đây. Không ăn. Thôi ha. Rồi, đi nè. Đi chơi nhá. Rồi xong rồi ha. Rồi mình đi chơi nhá. Tính tiền đi chơi nhá. Nhá. Ha. Rồi đi bạn. Vào đây. Nè, chơi ha. Tiền nhé. Đấy rồi thôi.
After paying, they didn't hurry home. Instead, her dad found a clear spot on the railing of a small bridge and sat down, holding Lily. They sat together in silence, watching the gentle river flow. The soft afternoon sun cast a sparkling golden layer on the water's surface. Her dad pointed out the lush green water hyacinths drifting with the current and the occasional small fish that would leap from the water. Lily was completely relaxed. She leaned her head against her dad's chest, listening to the soothing sound of the lapping water and feeling the steady beat of his heart. All the morning's sadness had been washed away by the river, leaving only warm love and perfect peace between them. The outing came to an end, and the exciting adventures had left the little monkey exhausted. Lily fell asleep almost immediately on her soft bed. Not wanting to disturb his daughter's sleep, her dad quietly went out to the garden behind the house, where the apple tree was heavy with fruit, and began to pick a basket of fresh, delicious apples. The morning sun streamed through the window, waking Lily. She stretched out long, feeling her body full of energy. She didn't see her dad, but this time Lily wasn't worried. She knew he was just nearby. With incredible independence, Lily started her new day on her own. She dutifully went to the bathroom and skillfully climbed onto the tall sink. She grabbed her tiny toothbrush, put toothpaste on it herself, and began to brush her teeth like a pro. After rinsing her mouth, she even drank cool water straight from the tap to start her day fresh. Just then, her dad returned with a basket of plump, bright red apples.
Chào Ly nhé, mới dậy hả?
Seeing that his daughter had already gotten herself clean, he couldn't hide his pride. "Good morning, my diligent little girl," he said, stroking Lily's head. To reward her for being so responsible, he decided to make a special snack.
Rồi, đi lên đây. Đi lên đây. Rồi, đúng rồi. Ai ngoan nè, ai ngoan nè, ai ngoan nè. À, đi ngoan đúng không? À, đi vào đây nhé. Ly chào. Chào. Đi đâu đứng đấy? Đây vào đây ha. Trên này là ba để cắt không được trèo lên nhé. Thấy chưa? Chào nhé.
He took an apple, skillfully peeled away the thin skin, and cut it into small, bite-sized pieces.
Sao? Này, nguyên vỏ luôn vậy. Chờ tí nha. Bỏ đây nhé. Đây Ly này.
Lily was very excited. Her dad demonstrated first, putting a few pieces of apple into a glass. Lily understood immediately. Her tiny hands carefully picked up the pearly white apple slices and slowly dropped them into the glass.
Ngon không? Thôi không được thế đâu, không được như thế đâu. Đúng rồi. Bây giờ ba tìm cho Ly nho nhé.
After the layer of apples came the grapes.
Đấy.
She meticulously plucked each grape from its stem and put it in, creating a beautiful layer of green.
Hai trái luôn nha. Đi giỏi quá nhỉ. Đây ba tưởng thêm cho Ly quả này nha. Rau này. Nè. Xích tay à, xích tay này. Ba nhìn thấy gì đấy. Nếu mà xích ra bên này. Đây. Đấy, con tự làm của mình đi. Đúng rồi. Hao vào ăn nhá. Ngon quá hả? Đây. Đúng rồi. Rồi. Thêm vào đây nhá. Đây nhá. À. Rồi bình tĩnh nha. Đây.
Finally came the sweet longan pulp.
Thêm vào nữa nha. Đây. Đây con. Được không? Ta quả nó đều nha. Đây vào đây ha. Thăng quả đây.
Which was a little slippery and took her some effort to place.
Giờ sao? Giờ sao? Hết thức chua rồi. Bây giờ đi mua sữa chua cho ba nhé. Nha.
Ok.
Đi mua sữa chua nhé.
Seeing her dad preparing food, Lily wanted to contribute more.
Đúng rồi, đúng không?
She trotted off to get a bag, then quickly ran to buy a cup of yogurt. While Lily was busy with her mission, her dad carefully cut a few slices of bright red watermelon for decoration.
Đây nè, bây giờ này, giỏi lắm. Đưa cái túi ra, đưa cái túi ra. Đưa cái túi ra. Đúng rồi. Để bà xếp lại thêm tí nữa nha. Đây, lên rồi bông nha.
The glass had now transformed into a work of art, a lavish fruit medley with brilliant layers of color, the result of their teamwork.
Chờ đợi một tí nữa mới ngon nha Ly nhá. Thấy chưa? Này dư quá rồi nhỉ. Ha. Thử bỏ đây không? Thử bỏ đây không? Đây. Em nha. Đi ngồi đứng lại. Ngồi con hả? Nè. Đặt nó xuống đi. Ra bàn đi. Đi đi. Đây này, ở đây lấy cái tiền con. Đúng rồi, lấy tiền đi. Đó. Rồi, rồi, một cái hả? Một quá hả?
The dad and daughter sat down together to enjoy their delicious snack. The sweetness of the fruit blended with the creaminess of the yogurt to create a wonderful flavor.
Và đây giấy cho đi nhá. Rồi ăn đi. Ăn hỗn rồi hả? Ăn hỗn rồi hả? Ăn hư hả? Đây. À. Đúng rồi, phải ăn như vậy nhá, đúng rồi đấy. Rồi, vừa nói xong câu trước câu sau rồi. Câu trước câu sau là Ly quên rồi. Sai Ly, sai rồi, sai lại rồi. Đúng rồi đấy. Xem đi ăn hỗn cỡ nào.
After they finished, her dad took a warm cloth and wiped Lily down, making her clean and fresh. The sky outside was bright and clear, but in the small house, Lily's world was confined to her study desk. The little girl, in a yellow shirt and a pair of scholarly glasses, looked just like a tiny scholar immersed in the endless treasure trove of knowledge from her laptop. Her intense concentration seemed to make the space stand still until a familiar voice called out, "Dad's gonna work now!" After quickly putting his things away, the dad put on his jacket, ready to leave for work on his green motorbike. The joy of their reunion was short-lived. Lily's eyes drooped as she ran to the glass door, waving her tiny hands goodbye. Watching her dad's figure disappear down the dirt road, Lily turned back to the beanbag, where sadness and loneliness enveloped her. Her empty stomach began to rumble, urging Lily to take action. A bold idea flashed in her mind. She would cook her own lunch. It was a dramatic mission. The first enemy was a packet of noodles on the towering kitchen shelf. Undaunted, Lily began to build a precarious and dangerous tower out of nearby boxes. Holding her breath, she climbed up, stretched out, and finally seized the prize. After getting the noodles, she skillfully tore open the packet.
Yummy.
Put the noodles in a pot, and then fetched water from the dispenser to pour in. Every step was carried out with care. After putting the noodles in the pot, the next challenge appeared. The iron monster. The gas stove. Lily mustered all her courage and turned the knob. With a whoosh, a blue flame flared to life. She was startled, but quickly calmed herself, sitting patiently on a nearby box with her chin in her hands, waiting. Just then, her dad returned. The delicious aroma of instant noodles filled the house, surprising him.
Mẹ coi này. Đây đây. Đây mẹ coi này. Bánh mì hả? Đó. Cái cây ly nhá, được không? Cây nhá. Đó. Nè. Không, anh nấu cái gì đây? Cái gì vậy? Nóng đấy, nóng đấy.
Seeing his little daughter's creation, he was both amused and a little worried. My girl is so clever, but next time you must wait for Dad to come home, okay? He said, stroking Lily's head. He quickly seasoned the noodles and served them on a wooden plate.
Nóng đấy. Nào, qua đây, qua đây. Đây. Qua đây. Yeah.
Lily picked up her small fork and happily ate her creation.
Ăn xong là bắt cái cây lên ăn nhé. Được không? Cho thử miếng này.
However, knowing that too many noodles weren't healthy, her dad only let her eat a little to satisfy her craving, then gently said, "All right now, let's have some fruit for dessert to be healthy."
Đi ngồi ghế đi con. Ngồi lấy tiền của mình đi. Ngồi một kìa nha. Con đi con.
The cozy lunch ended, and the dad had to leave again for his work digging in the fields. Lily was alone once more. The sky suddenly darkened like a giant velvet curtain. The first drops of rain began to fall, pattering on the eaves. A mischievous idea came to her. Lily ran out into the yard, stood under the rain and began to bathe in a basin that was already full of water.
Uh-oh.
But the joy didn't last long. The wind began to blow hard, carrying an icy chill. Lily shivered, hurriedly ran inside, and changed back into her clothes.
Dad.
However, it was too late. The chill had seeped into her small body. Before long, she started to feel unwell. Her head spun and her body burned with fever. Exhausted, she climbed onto the bed, instinctively seeking the warmth of the pink blanket, and curled up, trembling. When her dad came home from work, he found the house unusually quiet. "Lily, I'm home," he called. But there was no reply. He rushed into the bedroom, and his heart seemed to tighten. Lily was curled up on the bed, her breathing heavy, her face flushed red. He touched his daughter's forehead. The searing heat terrified him. "Lily, what's wrong?" he asked, his voice hoarse with worry.
Thế này, ôi trời. Hình như ốm đúng không? Ừ. Ai bảo tắm lạnh chi? Ừ. Nước ở đấy bà để làm thôi chứ đã tắm ở đấy đâu. Nelly, hả? Đừng có tắm nhé. Lúc nào tắm bảo vào đây nấu nước nóng có tắm hay chưa? Trời lạnh nhá, chưa tắm ở đấy được đâu nhá. Nước là để làm việc thôi nhá. Thấy chưa?
Without a second's hesitation, he rushed outside to a small market.
Bán tàu ngô đó kìa, cô kìa, chị đó kìa. Đúng rồi, cái cân cái này không? Cái nào có cân, tàu ngô nó không cân. Ủa nó bóng máu.
He hastily bought a few of the freshest carrots and potatoes. Back home, he immediately went to the kitchen, his nimble hands peeling and dicing them before putting everything in a pot to cook a nutritious cold remedying porridge. When the porridge was fragrant, Dad carefully tasted it, then poured it into a bowl. blowing on it to cool it down before carrying it to the room. He sat beside the bed, gently lifted Lily's head, and tenderly fed her, spoonful by spoonful.
Đi nha.
There's a good girl. Eat a little to get strong.
Nóng hả con hả? Cháo nó ngon lắm đi nha. Từ từ ăn thôi nha. Đúng rồi đấy, ngon không? Ngon đúng không? Đấy, nó bảo rồi mà ăn ngon mà đúng không? Cháo nó ngon lắm đi nha. Từ từ ăn thôi nha. Đúng rồi. Đó, thấy chưa? Khỏe thôi nhé, ăn về là sớm khỏe nha. Ngon quá. Rồi con ngồi dậy đi, con ngồi dậy đi, con ngồi dậy, con ngồi dậy, ngồi dậy. Đúng rồi, ngồi yên này, ngồi yên đúng rồi. Đúng rồi. Ở đây nhá. Ngoan nào, ngoan nào. Đúng rồi. Giỏi. Đúng rồi, giỏi lắm con. Lau sạch nhé, để con nào xuống đi. Nằm nghỉ nhé, chưa? Đi ra tiếp nhé.
Seeing his daughter was still running a high fever, he took out a cooling patch and gently placed it on her forehead.
Đây là mật ong ha.
After that, he carefully gave her drops of liquid medicine. Every one of his actions was filled with love, worry, and tenderness.
Được không? Đây.
Lily, though exhausted, could feel it all. She lay quietly in her dad's care, and the fever and discomfort seemed to lessen somewhat because of his boundless love. Outside, the rain had stopped, leaving behind a fresh, clean atmosphere, just as the storm of sickness inside Lily was gradually being pushed back by the devoted care of her great dad. Under the golden afternoon sun, the clever little monkey named Lily skipped happily home after a long school day. With a cute little backpack on her back and a wide-brimmed hat, Lily looked just like a diligent schoolgirl. But just as she passed through the gate, a strange feeling washed over her. Lily instinctively glanced back at the empty road, feeling as if someone was watching her from a distance. I must be overthinking it, Lily muttered to herself. She shook her little head, chasing away the unsettling feeling, and quickly ran inside. Leaving the strange feeling behind, Lily entered the house and immediately showed her tidiness. She carefully took off her backpack and hat, placing them on a cabinet before running to the living room. It was time to relax. Lily flopped onto the soft armchair, grabbed the remote, and turned on her favorite cartoon channel. Her kind dad had already prepared a plate of juicy red apples. Lily happily sat at the table, picked up a fork, and enjoyed each crisp, sweet slice. But a moment later, Lily suddenly felt her stomach churn uncomfortably. Perhaps the apple was a bit cold. She winced and hurried to the restroom to relieve herself. It was while Lily was in the restroom that a strange figure stealthily snuck into the house. The very same person who had been watching her earlier. When Lily came out, her small heart felt like it would leap out of her chest. A complete stranger was brazenly rummaging through the cabinet in the living room. Terrified, Lily quickly hid behind a wall, peeking out with bated breath. The thief found nothing of value and headed straight for her dad's bedroom. He flung the door open and began scanning the room. Seeing this, the initial fear in Lily's heart began to fade. In its place, anger and a powerful thought ignited in her mind. This is my home. I can't let a bad guy destroy it. With her courage surging, Lily no longer hesitated. She looked around, grabbed a nearby red plastic back scratcher to use as a weapon. With a determined cry, Lily charged into the bedroom, raised the back scratcher high, and relentlessly attacked the thief. Ambushed by a small but fierce homeowner, the thief panicked, screamed, and fled for his life. The brave Lily chased him all the way to the door, making sure the danger was truly gone. After the thief had vanished, her burst of courage faded, and Lily felt her whole body ache with exhaustion. She slowly walked back inside, climbed onto the soft bed, and sat down, still panting from the recent fight. Just then, her dad walked in, saw the scene, and understood everything. He gathered the little monkey in his arms, gently stroking her small back. His eyes were filled not only with relief, but also with immense pride and love for his brave little bodyguard. The next day, the story began as Lily, on her way home from school, became so engrossed in admiring strange flowers along the road that she turned down an unfamiliar path.
Trời, Ly đi đâu giờ này chưa về nhỉ?
The further she went, the more foreign the scenery became, and she realized she had wandered so far that she was lost.
Lily. Lily. Đi đâu đâu không biết nữa. Lily. Lily.
Panic began to creep into Lily's little heart. She stood helplessly in the middle of a large garden, looking around in confusion.
Dad.
Just then, the sound of a motorcycle echoed in the distance. A strange young man drove past, his eyes fixed on Lily, making her feel uneasy. He made a loop and came back, deliberately driving very slowly as if sizing her up. Her instincts told her this was not a good person, so Lily immediately turned and ran. In her panic, a clever idea flashed in Lily's mind. She quickly took off her hat and intentionally dropped it on the path, hoping to throw the bad guy off her trail.
Lily.
Then, Lily quickly veered in another direction, dashing into a cornfield with stalks towering over her head and hiding among the dense rows. From her safe hiding spot, Lily carefully peeked out. Just as she had predicted, the young man stopped and began searching the area around it. Only when the sound of the motorcycle had faded completely did Lily dare to breathe a sigh of relief.
Lily ơi, Lily. Lily ơi. Lily ơi. Lily.
Although she had escaped the bad man, she was still lost. Lily ran to another spot, stood on some old steps, and tried to call for help, hoping a kind person would hear her.
Lily.
And then, like a miracle, the familiar figure of her dad appeared in the distance. He had been searching everywhere for his little daughter. Seeing Lily was safe, her dad rushed over. He didn't scold her at all. He just gently pulled her into his arms, stroking her small back, which was trembling with fear.
Bẩn hết quần áo rồi nè. Mũ rời vào lấy tìm thấy cho Ly nè. Nè, cô bé nè.
Her dad's warm and loving embrace chased away all of Lily's fears.
Sao đi về luôn nhá. Được chưa? Được chưa? Đi học chứ đi về nhà nhá. Thôi đi về làm đi ăn nhá Ly nhá. Được chưa? Đau bụng lắm rồi đúng không? Quay đi nào, quay đi Ly, quay đây.
Finally, she was safe in her father's arms and on her way home.
Đi về nào, đi. Về thôi.
The morning in the cozy little house began like any other. Lily, the clever little monkey in her adorable outfit, was glued to her tablet. The light from the screen reflected on her face, mirroring her deep concentration on the colorful world within. Dad's got to go to work for a bit. You be good at home, Lily? Her dad's voice called out.
Lily, ở nhà chưa? Nè, Lily vào này. Nè, Lily, nè. Đồ ăn để ở đây nhé. Được chưa? Tí nữa nó bụng lấy ăn nhé.
He affectionately patted his little daughter's head, adjusted her clothes, and then picked up his helmet to leave. Lily watched her dad's figure disappear behind the door. Then returned to her world of entertainment. But before long, Lily's tummy started to rumble. She immediately showed her independent spirit. Pattering over to the refrigerator, Lily stood on her tiptoes, used all her strength to pull open the heavy door, and skillfully retrieved a plate of fruit her dad had prepared. Sitting at the table, she picked up a fork and speared each piece with practiced ease. After she finished, Lily thoughtfully put the fork back in the fridge. Next, thirst struck. This time, the target was a carton of cool milk. But alas, the stubborn straw proved to be a challenge. After a fierce battle, Lily finally managed to poke the straw into the carton and enjoy the sweet milk. For a change of scenery, she climbed nimbly onto the windowsill, sipping her milk while gazing at the green garden outside. When the last drop was gone, in a moment of carefree habit, Lily tossed the empty carton straight onto the grass below. Suddenly, a flash of memory struck Lily like a lightning bolt. She froze, her eyes wide. Oh no! Dad said not to litter! The image of her dad's stern face as he taught her about protecting the environment, an unforgivable crime had been committed. Without a second's hesitation, Operation Retrieve the Evidence was launched. Lily rushed to find her tools, a plastic basket and a rope. Climbing back onto the windowsill, she began her dramatic mission. Lowering the basket, using all the skills of a natural-born climber, Lily calculated how to scoop up the milk carton. With her heart pounding, she finally succeeded. Pulling the basket up, she breathed a sigh of relief. And quickly threw the evidence into the trash can. Just then, the sound of her dad's motorcycle reached the gate. Whew, just in time. Dad came home with a bag of fragrant sweet potatoes. Lily joyfully ran to open the door, busily helping her dad carry things inside.
Lily giỏi quá nha. Chờ ba có lâu không Ly? Tao mua cái này cho Ly này. Khoai đấy. Thích không? Con thích khoai không? Ba làm món gì cho Ly nhé. Làm món gì thì khoai cho Ly ăn nhé. Ly lấy cho ba cái rổ đi. Đúng rồi, ba qua đây nào. Giỏi lắm. Đây, con qua đây ngồi. Qua đây. Cắt ngắn đi luộc ăn cho nó ngon ha. Đó nè, đó, thấy không? Con lấy này, cầm này, cầm đi, cầm lấy đi, bỏ cái kìa. Đây nữa này. Đấy nhá. Đi lấy cái quả khoai đi. Lấy quả nào lấy đi đây này. Cái quả nào? Đây ra nào. Rồi, cái đây. Bạn nhá. Đúng rồi. Đưa sạch sạch cho Ly nhá. Cái này không ăn được đâu ha. Đây, cái bỏ đi. Đây này. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Rồi, đi qua đây đi, qua bên này. Qua đây rửa này ba nhá. Đây qua đây. Rồi, cái mở nước đi. Rồi, được rồi. Nhỏ lắm. Tắm nước lại đi. Tắm nước lại, kéo lên.
She even rolled up her sleeves to help him wash each potato under the tap. Looking at his tiny but capable daughter, Dad couldn't help but smile with pride.
Cái nồi ha. Rồi, ly thứ ba nào. Đây Ly, ra đây nào. Đây giúp nào. Con lấy cái này này. Bỏ đây nhá. Thấy không? Đúng rồi. Đó. Lấy đi. Đây này. Vào đây này con. Đúng rồi, giỏi lắm. Đúng rồi, đây nữa này. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Ui dồi ôi. Ok con. Đúng rồi, nó xích ra đây, cầm rổ cho ba nào. Cầm rổ cho ba nhá, để ghim nhá, để ghim đây để ba bật lửa nhá. Để ghim bật lửa nhá. Đấy.
After helping her dad put the potatoes in the pot, Lily felt tired.
Rồi, vào đây con. Đi.
Dad had to go back to work for the afternoon shift, and she drifted into a deep sleep in her favorite hammock.
Dad.
Waking up, Lily found a plate of carrots and a bottle of yogurt waiting for her on the table. After her snack, seeing that her dad wasn't back yet, she decided to do something useful. Grabbing a small basket, Lily went out to the garden. Carefully selecting and picking the freshest, most tender lettuce leaves. She brought her spoils back inside and neatly arranged them in a basket in the kitchen. Time passed, and still no sign of Dad. Lying on her beanbag chair, Lily started to get bored. A daring idea sparked in her mind. Maybe I should go get some eggs. Dad would have a surprise egg dish for dinner tonight. No sooner said than done. Lily put on a straw hat, looking every bit the part of a true explorer, and tiptoed towards the chicken coop. Just as she was about to make her move, a loud "bah" sounded right next to her ear. Lily jumped, her heart leaping out of her chest, thinking the mother hen had come back to catch her. It turned out to be just the neighbor's goat, playing a prank. Composing herself, Lily became even more determined. She ran back into the house to get her basket. returned to the scene and quickly gathered the still warm eggs. With her mission complete, Lily hurried back home, afraid the real mother hen might actually catch her.
Lily. Lily. Oh.
When Dad returned with a bag of bright red tomatoes,
Đâu đây?
Lily was already waiting
Đâu
at the
đây?
door, her face
Nè,
full
bác mua
of
đồ cho Lily
pride.
nè. À, chà chà. Để có trứng mình làm trứng với cái này nhá. Nhá. Rồi, vào đây này các.
She trotted over to him, showing off the
Ồ,
basket
đâu
of
rồi Lily?
eggs she had
À, đâu
harvested.
thế nào? À, 2 quả ha. Giỏi quá nhỉ. Ba làm trứng ốp la cho Lily nhá, ốp la cà chua nhá. Được không? Ốp la cà chua nhá. Rồi đi qua đây. Nè. Ốp la cà chua nhá. Đây. Đây và có đồ này. Làm trứng ốp la cà chua cho Lily nhá. Đây. Để rửa đi rồi xong mình làm nhé. Được không? Làm nốt băm vào được không? À. Nhé. Rồi, ra đây rửa này. Đây là cà chua đi nhé. Rồi, vào đây này các. Đây, mình bỏ vào đây nhé. Bây giờ mình cắt cà chua nhé, Ly ngồi đây giúp ba nhé, được không? Đây ngồi đây, giúp ba nhé. Đây ha, đây chua nhé, được không? Nè. Rồi Ly bỏ kia đi. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa.
That evening, the small kitchen felt
Đây nữa.
unusually cozy.
Đúng rồi.
Lily stood on a
Đây
chair,
nữa.
watching intently as her dad
Đây
chopped
nữa.
tomatoes, then
Đây
helped
nữa.
him crack eggs into a bowl and stir
Làm
them.
2 quả ha. Đây đi. Đây đây, bỏ đây. Đây nữa. Đây nữa đi. Giỏi quá. Đây coi. Đây luôn. Đây nữa. Đây. Giỏi quá. Bây giờ mình lấy trứng đi nhá. Nè. Đó, để mà chặt ra bỏ đây ha. Đó. Chu chà. Cẩn thận nha. Rồi, chào bà tí nha. Lily, ngồi ngoan con, ngồi ngoan con, đúng rồi. Ngồi ngoan nhá. Đi qua đây con, qua đây, qua đây.
The two of them
Đây,
prepared a
đây,
dish of
đúng rồi.
steamed eggs with tomatoes together. The room filled with their cheerful chatter.
Cá lại, đúng rồi, giỏi lắm. Đấy, mình đảo trứng cho kỹ nhá, sau mình lên cho vào nồi mình hấp nhá. Được không? Rửa trứng này ngon lắm đúng không Ly? Đó. Ok rồi. Rồi. Sao? Rồi, còn đây các bạn này. Đây mình hấp nha. Đây. Đây con. Và lưỡi ly cẩn thận nhé. Đó. Rồi, ok. Rồi, dọn dẹp cái này tí ha. Dọn dẹp cái tí xong rồi mình ăn ha. Nào, dọn dẹp cái tí đi ha. Đúng rồi. Kìa đi kìa, sắp được rồi kìa, thấy không? Ha. Kìa đi kìa, sắp được rồi kìa, thấy không? Ha. Kìa, đây này, bên đây sắp được rồi này, đó, chín kìa. Đấy, thấy không? Này, kia đây. Đi vào ghế đi không? Được không? Úi giời, ngon quá ha.
The story ends with an incredibly touching scene. Under the warm yellow light, Dad patiently fed Lily spoonfuls of the steamed egg dish. She ate with delight, occasionally looking up at her dad with eyes full of love.
Sao? Ổn không?
A long day full of drama and small adventures had concluded with a warm dinner, a testament to the simple yet profound affection between the father and daughter.
Sao? Ăn cà chua ngon hơn hả? Bỏ đây con, bỏ đây. Đúng rồi. Bỏ cái chỗ. Đấy. Đúng rồi. Tay bẩn đấy không? Đúng rồi. Bỏ tay xuống. Đây. Đây nữa. Ngoan lắm, đúng rồi, đi ngoan ha.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share if you like.